this cough just yesterday. I mean, I had this cough for 3 or 4 weeks, and it was very disturbing because I normally don't take any medicines, but it had started interfering with my speech. I mean, if I spoke, I would immediately start coughing. There was something the matter. I had taken 3 courses of antibiotics, and that was depressing because I don't try to take, and I think that I'm fine and I cure myself. Home remedies and ginger le liya, honey le liya, everything I tried, and I was getting very depressed.
The word pranic healing comes from the word prana, which means life energy. So pranic healing involves the projection of prana or life energy to the affected part or to the patients, thereby accelerating the natural healing process of the body. This art is very ancient. This is based on the concept that your hand has an energy center. Each hand has an energy center. So one hand is used to absorb prana from the surrounding. The other hand is used to project to the affected part.
Really surprised कि मुझे इतना benefit हुआ. See, you can see me talk you yesterday.
Yeah.
If before my cleansing, which had taken place, if you had spoken to me, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything because simply of the bouts of coffee. So I don't know what happened. For me, it's like a miracle. I'm really deeply grateful.
Atma Namaste. This is Sushil Gupta, your fellow Pranic healer from Delhi. I met our Guruji, Master Choa Coxway, way back in 1995, and since then the Pranic healing for me has become a way of life. I remember when I took my first class, the basic course. Right after that we started healing people, a whole lot of people in Delhi. I didn't get any feeling in my hand so that I see chakras or feel the chakras. We just kept on doing it religiously. Whatever the book said, we kept on doing that. I remember one guy who was also like me, but he was little perhaps almost same period, and he would always say, "Oh, Mr. Gupta, I don't feel anything in my hand." And lo and behold, I think it must have taken me at least maybe a year and a half, when suddenly I found that I could feel the chakras in my hand. In the same way, someday I could realize that I could see some colors. It's a process. You can't expect happening it overnight. Maybe some very lucky people, they can feel it right in the beginning. But a person like me, it took me some time. And I must tell you something very interesting. Once I was trekking in Himalayas, when we were going around an altitude of about 10,000 feet or so, I met a family of the people, those who, graze their cows and the animals. And especially in the summer, they go to the upper heights. They had carrying a child, there's a husband and wife and carrying a child, and they came to us, they say, oh, do you have any medicines? I didn't have any medicine. And I said, I was surprised, why are they asking us medicine? But then I realized that this is the usual practice, because all the mountaineers, the trekkers people usually carry medicines, and these people living in those remote areas, so they always take the trekkers or the mountaineers as a source for their medicines. I said, what's the problem? They said, oh, our child has a very bad stomach. And the child was hardly a few months old. I said, well, I don't have medicine, but I'll try to help you. So I did the pranic healing for the child, for his stomach. And after 1 week, when we were returning from our trek, we came to the same place. I found almost 40-50 women waiting with their children. I was surprised. Firstly, how did they know that we are returning at this time? But they are all standing in a queue with their children. Then I was told later on, since I was supporting beard in those days, and they said the jungle doctor is coming all this way, and they were keeping a track of me when our group reaches that place, so that all those people are waiting for us. Jungle doctor, so that's the another definition of the pranic healer. After seeing so many children and women, I was really amazed, and we tried to help them as many as we could do. And then they insisted that I must, have them some yogurt or lassi, we call it, the churned yogurt. And they made sure that we all of us had a full fill of it, and then only we moved. So this is really a very interesting incident in my life concerning pranic healing. I had also a great opportunity to spend some time with our Guru, Master. He was an amazing personality. You could discuss anything under the sun with him, and he always knew it. I have yet to come across such a soul in my life. I really feel fortunate that I got the opportunity of meeting Master and spending some time with him. And the gift he has given us is something cannot be explained in words, but this is something out of this world, and we owe it to him. Thank you.
Miracles do happen. The disease was so severe that he'd become delirious and finally unconscious, even as I was bringing him from Bitspilani in Rajasthan to New Delhi in a taxi. I admitted him to the ICU of the Gangaram's hospital on 21st of January 2008. The liver specialist informed me on the day of admission that the disease had already destroyed 95% of his liver. He was unconscious because of extensive brain damage. Only an immediate liver transplant could save his life. The chances of recovery of his brain was less than 1% even after the transplant. By the 28th of January 2008, hopes of recovery became almost nil, since Akash had remained unconscious for the past 8 days. His bilirubin count was still 10 times more than the normal value. The SGOT, SGPT values became more than 100 times the normal values. There are no medicines in allopathy for this disease, and I did not have the 20 lakh rupees that was required for the liver transplant. On the 29th of January 2008, my relative in Cochin advised me to immediately contact Ajay Pal. My wife took a photograph of Akash in the ICU and rushed with it to GK2 to meet Ajay at his clinic at 3 p.m. on the same day. This is what she told me. I gave the photo to Ajay Pal. He immediately began pranic healing and continued it for 45 minutes. It was 7 degrees centigrade in Delhi, and yet the process of healing was so intensive that I saw sweat on his eyebrows. I expected no miracle, yet an inner voice told me that something extraordinary was going to happen. 2 hours later, that is at 5 p.m., when I went to the ICU again, I saw Akash fully awake. He actually said, "Papa, please tell me what is going on. What am I doing here? Can we please go home?" Today is the 25th of February 2008. There is no trace of any disease in his blood. He is fit, fine and ready to go back to Bitspilani. As per my sister, who is an experienced MBBS doctor, this kind of a recovery is medically impossible. She says only God has the power to do this. Sometimes God does send an angel to do his work. Thank you, Ajay.